Warzone is a difficult game. You might land in and get instantly killed by someone with a gun that you don't know that looks all sparkly for some reason. Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Quick Warzone Guides. But first, I've just got to show you this. It's ridiculous.
I'll drive.
Now, for those of you who don't know or are very new to Warzone, Warzone is a battle royale. That means there can only be one team standing at the end of the game. In Warzone, you have 150 players that are dropped into the map called Verdansk, which is a very large map with a diverse amount of buildings and terrain. You will be either split into teams of 1, which is solos, 2 duos, 3 trios, or 4 quads. Now, depending on the size of your squad, if it's in a squad of 4 or quads, there's likely to be much bigger battles and can get a lot more hectic. If you play in solos or duos or teams of 1 or 2, it's often a lot quieter and a lot more tactical, and that can be a very different experience to trios and quads, or 3 and 4. Now, personally, I think you should play in solos or duos, preferably solos for your first few matches. This is because you're going to need to rely on yourself, and it won't mean that you can get carried by a teammate who is very good. Now, as you get a bit more comfortable with the game, I recommend playing in duos, and then trios, and then quads, and then playing whatever modes you like. The reason is because in trios and quads battles especially, more and more things will be happening at the same time, and you need to get used to how to deal with all that. You need to do everything in the right way, in the right order, otherwise you can get screwed over so quickly and not understand why. Warzone has 50 players extra compared to a lot of other battle royale games like Fortnite or PUBG, as well as having things called UAVs and bounties, which you will learn later on. Now, these things mean that there's going to be a lot more action because people generally know where other people are because they are pinged on the map, as well as having more players. And also, you have this thing called the gas, which will restrict the area of the map that you can play on. This will be done over time, as more and more of the map will be eaten up by this zone. If you go into the zone, you will eventually die, so you've got to run away from it. There's nothing you can do to fight it or stop it. You have an item called a gas mask, which you can equip, which can temporarily reduce the damage that you will take from it, but there's no way to permanently stop it. This means the players are pushed together into a smaller and smaller area of the map, so all the remaining players will have to fight it out until there's one winner. This means that there can only be one team until everyone else is killed off. So you've got to have a balance of killing people but also saving your own skin, and that's something that can be quite difficult to balance in Warzone. One of the most important things you've got to learn is when to attack people and when not to, and when to reveal position if you're going to shoot someone and when not to. And this can be very tricky, and I struggle with this as well as a lot of my teammates as well. Just in case you didn't know, you can get guns from getting them off the floor. You can do this by pressing the interact key. You can also get ammunition and plates is something I'll talk about later, but for now you just need to focus on guns and ammo, which are lying around everywhere. We will now go quickly over some Warzone-specific mechanics you will need to know. After you die in Verdansk for the first time, you'll be transported to a place called the Gulag, where you'll have to fight a person to the death, and the person who wins that fight will be able to go back to Verdansk as normal. Generally, they are of your skill level. It seems that they seem to match your KD, so the person you're playing against is of equal skill to you. I've made several videos on the Gulag. The older ones I have made are for more general Gulag tips, and the newer ones are for the map-specific tips, because the Gulag has changed over time. I've just pinged a playlist of them for you here. Now you can go to certain places on the map called buy stations, which are represented on the map by a green trolley as shown here. Now when you go to these places, you can buy either a person, an item, or something called a loadout box. You can buy a person for $4,000 and you will buy them back and they will land anywhere they wish to. They will be dropped from the same height as if they were dropped out of a plane, and then they can continue as normal. You can buy certain items called munition boxes, for example. They are 4,500. If you drop them down and you interact pressing F or whatever the interact key is on console, then you can refill your ammo and your grenade slots. You can also buy a loadout box, which means you can get access to your custom loadout weapons, which I will talk about later. The last thing I'll talk about is plates. A plate is worth 50 HP and you can equip up to 5 of them, or sometimes 8 if you have something called a satchel, which you can pick off the ground. You can equip up to 3 of them on your body, and you have originally 100 health and then plus 50 3 times, which means that you will have 250 health. This means that it's quite important to have them, and you'll need them to win any gunfight. They can lie around on the map, or you can buy them in the buy station as either a box or up to 5 of them for 1,500. And this is all you need to know for the very basics of Warzone. I'll make another guide for very basic tips for noobs, and then I'll make a advanced and intermediate guide as well. Make sure to subscribe to Quick Warzone Guides. Bye.